What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, camATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything down in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. By the way, check down in the comment section when I am done posting this video. I will go choose the winner of last week's $50 giveaway and post the name down in the comment section. So make sure it's not you. Or if it's you, you need to hit me up on Twitter at cam_ATL so I can hook you up. Now, welcome back to a new week. Greenlightdfs.com to join the squad. Let's get straight into this, man. We've been super hot. Let's get right into this. I'm not going to waste too much of your time because as you can see at the top right, my battery is at 11%, and that's not very good. So let's go right through this. I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to fly right through it. Now, starting off at pitcher, Robbie Ray is my guy at 11-4. Now, here's the thing. We have a plethora of pitching on this slate. Garrett Cole is a very good option at home in Houston, going against Oakland at 12-5. Issue is he's 1,100 more than Robbie Ray, and I believe Robbie Ray can get 30 just like Garrett Cole could get 30. I think they can get really close to each other. I love Robbie Ray's strikeout rate going against this Baltimore team that strikes out a ton, and him being at home in Arizona. Mike Clevinger is a solid option as well. I like Mike Clevinger. Issue here is Toronto's offense has been hitting the ball very well lately. Okay, Toronto has been doing pretty well lately. Now, honestly, you can make a case for all four of these top guys. Cole, Clevinger, Ray, Eduardo Rodriguez. You can make a case for any of them. I would put Cole, Clevinger, and Ray at the very top tier, and then Eduardo's right there underneath. Not quite in that top tier, but right underneath. The price at 10-9 is a little much. I'd much prefer Robbie Ray at 11-4. I'm not going to pay 10-9 for Eduardo Rodriguez. But anyways, yeah, Robbie Ray with that K rate. I love him at home in Arizona going against this Baltimore team that just had some great games at home against Boston. But this is where they're going to come back down to reality. With Robbie Ray being at home in Arizona, he is going to strike out a ton of these Baltimore guys, and I would not be surprised to see 10 strikeouts for Robbie Ray. And at 11-4, he can score the same type of numbers as Garrett Cole or Clevinger could. But you can make the point for any of them. I'm just going with the cheaper of the three. All right? Next up, Marco Gonzalez. At home in Seattle, this is a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Texas is going from Houston, which was a pitcher-friendly ballpark, and you saw they kind of got held in check. And then they're going to Seattle, which is a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Marco Gonzalez is not bad. He played Texas in the beginning of the season at home, and he scored over 30 DraftKings points. The next time he played them at home, he got blown up. But I'm highly expecting Marco Gonzalez to have a good game here at 7-9. He's a lefty. Gallo's a lefty. Chu's a lefty. Mazzaro's a lefty. Odor's a lefty. A lot of their power on Texas's team are lefties. Now, can these lefties still hit lefties? Yes, but not as good as righties. So starting lefties against Texas is a thing, and I'm definitely liking Marco Gonzalez at 7-9. Next up at first base, Daniel Murphy. Now, the main thing here is I noticed his price, and he's a lefty going against Fetty, who is known to struggle badly versus left-handed bats. He cannot get lefties out. He is very bad versus lefties. So Blackman, Dahl, Daniel Murphy, all of these lefties in this Colorado lineup are a solid GPP lineup. Now, we all know outside, of course, these guys can struggle a little bit, but I'm definitely expecting them to tee off on Fetty. I love Daniel Murphy here at 4-3. That's a very good price for him in this type of matchup. And next up, Francisco Lindor at 4-5 and JD Martinez at the dumbest price I have ever seen on DraftKings. 4-1 for JD Martinez. Now, don't get me wrong. JD can be one of the most frustrating players in the entire league to roster. He has huge games where he'll double dong, and then he has games where he strikes out 4 times and looks like he should be in the minors. But this is JD Martinez at 4-1 facing a lefty in Jalen Beeks. JD crushes lefties, and he's only 4-1. That price for an elite bat like JD, I'm fine with taking the risk. I'm going with JD Martinez at 4-1. Anybody who tells you JD at 4-1 is a bad play against the lefty is an idiot. 4-1 is way too low. They definitely messed up their pricing. He should at least be 4-6. At least 4-5 or 4-6. Come on, man. 4-1. I'll play him. I don't mind it at all. Francisco Lindor, let me go back to him. At 4.5, I just love his price here in the matchup against the lefty Baruki. Baruki's not good. I'm expecting Cleveland to tee off on him. I wish they were at home, but they're in Toronto. It's all good. That's another reason why I'm a little hesitant on Clevenger, because the game is in Toronto, where I think Toronto can get a hold of something there. I think Toronto can hit the ball fairly well in this matchup. So I'm a little hesitant on it. I love Francisco Lindor here, though, on the Cleveland side at only 4.5. This is a very consistent hitter. And at 4.5, just like JD, I mean, he's pretty much just too low priced. He's too low for his potential. And that's about it. Robbie Ray, Marco Gonzalez, Daniel Murphy, Francisco Lindor, and JD Martinez. Now, let's get to our home run predictions. We have been spot on with them. I called the Jackie Bradley home run the other day, and he hit a double dong. Did us one better. Now, all of these players, they could play in the main slate, or like I say, as always, all of these players, I'm going to name all of them regardless if they're in the main slate or not. They could be on the late night, whatever. All right? Starting it off, Joey Gallo. I know it's lefty, but this is an interesting spot here to play Joey Gallo in GPP. Okay, because nobody's going to be on him in GPP. In GPP, his ownership's going to be low because it's the lefty-lefty matchup. But Gallo can get a hold of one against anybody. Okay, he's got a ton of power, and he's got the lefty-lefty matchup. Now, I love Marco Gonzalez, obviously, in the high five, but I'm saying if I had to choose a guy who's a good chance at a home run, it would be Joey Gallo when it comes to that lineup, regardless of the lefty-lefty matchup, and he's just got too much power, man. So Joey Gallo, and the reason I'm mentioning him too is he's going to be very low owned. So GPP only, Joey Gallo is interesting. Next up, I love Colorado. Like I said, Fetty is garbage. Arenado, Story, Blackman, Daniel Murphy. All those guys are capable of home runs here in this matchup. Matt Adams, lefty-righty against Peter Lambert. Love him. Yasiel Puig is in a good matchup against Chase Anderson. My boy JD Martinez versus a lefty at 4-1. I will go ahead and hop on that. Moustakas is interesting. Lefty-righty against Sonny Gray. We've got Yordan Alvarez against Homer Bailey, who used to be the biggest trash can of all time, and he's just not good. He gives up a ton of hard contact, especially to lefties. Alvarez is in an amazing spot. All the Houston guys really are. George Springer as well, Bregman as well. And let's hit you with a few more. Edwin Encarnacion against the lefty Martin Perez. Love Encarnacion. Love Aaron Judge. And let's see if there's any more that I'd like to throw out there for you guys. Gary Sanchez, I'll put out there for sure. And then if I had to pick a cheap dong, AJ Reed. AJ Reed, lefty-righty against Trevor Richards is interesting as well. And then I will give you one more. Let me find one more for you guys. Oh, David Dahl. There you go. I forgot to mention David Dahl in my Colorado guys. I like a lot of these Colorado guys could homer here against Fetty. They're in a great spot. I know they're not in cores, but in GPP they're very, very interesting because people don't play them when they're not at home, and these guys are facing a horrible pitcher in Washington. All right, so don't sleep on them. And that's it, guys. That's it. Thank you for watching me as always. Greenlightdfs.com to join the squad. Also, if you're starting to do your mock drafts and stuff like that for your fantasy football league, I did a live mock draft and recorded a video talking about players that I like at certain positions and stuff like that. Just did a mock draft and, talked whatever, average draft position, stuff like that. So go watch that video if you're about to do your drafts and stuff like that. I definitely recommend if you're going to be doing your fantasy league draft for NFL soon that you need to do some mock drafts. So you don't go into your draft kind of not sure where people are going to go. You want to kind of know their average draft position so you can kind of have a guy and a backup. So the draft can go your way instead of you being super surprised by the outcome. All right. Thank you guys for watching.